stand out a little bit from the crowd here. I know Brian's mom, I know Justin's dad. Justin was debating for me a couple years ago in 8th grade. We traveled to nationals. I would like to think that he should have won that tournament. He ended up 17th. The top 16 broke. So he went to the consolation bracket. But he was the only student who could really run my very sophisticated bank case. And I still am grateful to Justin for his continuing to offer his services in support of my ongoing debate training. This stuff is a whole bunch of information in this thing. We're not going to possibly have time to go through it all. Here's the bottom line. Certainty reported the desired outcomes. Critical thinking, right? A focus on writing, right? People have no idea how to achieve those things. There's uncertainty, requires the best methodology. Some critical thinking can be taught directly, things like fallacies, syllogisms, etc. I teach those things. It's fun. It's cool. It's like grammar, right? A closed system. You can teach it. You can achieve mastery. Have you achieved mastery of grammar? Have you achieved mastery of symbolic logic? It is something that can be achieved, right? It's a finite system, a closed system. So, those things can be taught directly, and that's great. However, schools keep trying to teach writing directly. I think it's a waste of time, and trying hard is not good enough. And I want this top stuff to go away so I have a bigger screen. How do I make this top stuff go away? Cut the line with the ribbon. Minimize the ribbon. There we go. Seems like a good solution. Okay, open and closed systems. Closed systems include math and grammar and spelling. If you want your students to learn grammar, you should teach it from Mr. Simpson. He taught me grammar. He taught me how to teach as well. There aren't very many people out there who can do that, who can take on an apprenticeship role and teach someone without a competitive system. In other words, if you want your child to learn well in a classroom here down in our high school, you better have a serious, passionate, strict teacher who takes full ownership of the results of their student. Like Mr. Samuelson, no teachers, frankly, are not like that. Why? There's no accountability in a regular classroom. Also, the problem is, they don't seem to understand, and nobody really quite seems to understand this, the desired outcome ultimately is identity development, right? You want not just to have your kid learn like this many facts, you want them to become a different person, a better person, a smarter person, a wiser person, a more insightful person, a person capable of deep analysis, the kind of person colleges want, right? You don't want them to learn a bunch of facts. Oh good, Mrs. Whatever calls that essay a B, but Mr. Whomever calls it an A. Which is it? Is it a great essay or a medium essay? Who knows? It's completely subjective. You cannot assess performance in open systems by comparing performance against a model. It does not work. What you can do is the solution here is zero-sum competition. If I have two essays, if I have a class full of essays and I say, okay, everybody here, we're all going to read these essays in a succession of pairs. Essay A, essay B. You don't know who wrote them. Which one's better? A, B, A. If we did that, a judging system like that, we would have a very clear and accurate determination of who wrote the best essay and who wrote the worst essay. Who won the most matchups? That's who's the best essay, right? Let's go down a little bit here. Why zero-sum competition is the best. Look realistically at the behavior of sports teams. The basketball team does not screw around in basketball practice. The kids screw around in class. The basketball team doesn't screw around. Why not? Coaches tend to do a much better job. They're more accountable. They cannot just give their students A and declare the season a success. Hey, great job. Our basketball team did great this year. Everyone got an A. But coach, your team lost every single game. Yeah, but they got A's. Nobody cares about your A's, coach, right? Because you have real results. Nobody cares what grade the coach gives his team because they have real results to refer to. Okay? There are reasons why zero-sum works best. Zero-sum meaning we have a competition. One person wins, one person loses. There's no, everybody's a winner. No, not everybody's a winner, right? Your child has an option. Be a winner or not in any given competition. Zero-sum makes success and failure clear and public. But remarkably and beautifully, competition also isolates failure. I lost this round. I got destroyed. But next round's a brand new round. I start over. I get to try again. Lastly, competition forces everyone to experience failure. Kids are terrified of failure. They are terrified of it. How many kids are terrified the first time I make them get up here and debate? Every single one of them practically.
At least, well, that's not true. Maybe half of them. But the problem is, they think failure is something to be avoided. Failure is how you improve. And additionally, it's no longer private, right? If you were debating against somebody and you do a bad job, the whole class is saying to you, you did a bad job, you lost. You are the loser and he is the winner. That's motivation. That's real. That's a real metric. Debate provides an identity upgrade, which is to say it does not just change what your child knows, it changes who they are. There's even education vastly spirited out which their peers receive. We're not going to read all this stuff. It's an example of the kind of stuff that people in debate study. If you want to know how sophisticated it is, talk to Brian's mom, talk to Justin's dad. I don't see him around anymore, but maybe he's outside or something. But that's just, all that stuff there about how sophisticated the material is ground level stuff. Really, it's about what it does to their thinking. This paragraph here explains why your child should be in debate right now. There is an evolution of nature that occurs, a shift in how they understand the use of symbols. It's hard to explain, but see, the kids, they have to get strategy. They can't avoid it. Nobody gets any affirmation for lack of preparation or just for boneheaded debating. Strategy forces them to meta up a level on everything, so they aren't thinking about the specifics of the thing they learned, but rather about how it pivots against other arguments. Deep thinking. It makes them smarter, much smarter. It just does. I've watched them surpass their classmates by just miles. If you're curious about my own legitimacy, I'm the president of the West LA Debate League. I'm the vice president of the Southern California Junior Forensics League. I have national champions on my resume and sort of other things. So I don't know if my legitimacy was in any question, but it's legitimate. Why it works. Your child doesn't want this. Right? It's fine to lose the competition. I'm in a debate against you, I lose. It's not fine if I'm totally unprepared and he's totally prepared. Right? It's fine if I lose because he's a little bit better, but I learned something from losing to him, and next time I'm going to beat him. That's fine. Nobody's embarrassed by that. I didn't do any prep work, and I'm not prepared, and I don't know the answers to any of the things you're saying, and I don't know what we're talking about. That's embarrassing. And it's not embarrassing in front of some adults. It's embarrassing against your same age peer. Maybe that pretty girl you're looking at in science class, right? Maybe she's across the room from you, and you're debating against her. You do not want this with her. What you want is something else. You want this. Victory, glory, triumph, accomplishment, right? This is something that makes kids want to actually master the material. Why? Because it's not just, oh, I got an A. Well, so did Mary, and so did Joe, and so did Bob, because Mr. Strauss doesn't care really about grades, so he just hands out A's to everybody, right? No, this is real. I won because you lost, because I was better, because I knew the subject better, because my coach is better, because my strategy is better, because I researched it more. That's why I won. The third element is this. The coach does not want to lose. If there is one thing in life that I hate more than anything else, it is losing. I hate it. So I won't waste my debater's time. Not 1 second of it will I waste. Okay? This should be in a pocket.
Yeah, I posted here.
Oh, you fixed it for me? Thank you. Okay. The coach's success is predicated on the success of the kids. The first responsibility of the leader is to define reality. It's what I'm hoping to do with you guys here tonight. I am not a leader of anybody, I don't believe. What I believe is I am an enabler of the autonomy of individuals and the identity that is buried within your child. An identity that can be triumphant, that can be dominant, that can be alpha. But they have to be empowered through language. Accountability. When we lose, it's on me. Right? When that kid gets a bad grade on a test, well, I could just change it to an A. I don't really care, right? Not in debate. There's no me just changing the results of the round. Let's bring the paradigm down in the front. And we're done at the end. As parents, you probably don't care at all about college. Wait, no, I'm thinking about cucumbers. They don't care about college. Parents, on the other hand, typically care a great deal about college. The good news is college already knows about debaters. They know how smart they are. There's nothing else where a child can have on his application that impresses colleges more than serious participation in competition for debate. Why? Because they do stuff like this. They go blah, 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 blah. And it impresses colleges with good reason. They're able to process information faster than any of their classmates. They're able to answer and critique any argument they face, okay? Colleges know this. Your child enters college as intellectually advanced as normal students are when they're leaving college. Brian Chang already has practically a philosophy degree. He's studied LD long enough that he knows all like utilitarianism, deontology, and all areas that are more. Motivators are beasts, powerful people, too smart and too quick to mess with, and able to assert their will whenever and wherever they go.